A little Touch Me, Tease Me from Case, featuring Foxy Brown and Mary J. Blige, the classic. Love that song forever. Shout out to, I think it was Chris Brown who did the remake. Not a remake, but he used the whole little beat in the setup or whatever. Chris Brown, I forgot who else did it, but it's a smash, but nothing like the original. But anyway, I'm going to get off my 106 and Park soapbox right now. Get back to my guest, my man SportsWaves in the building here in KC's Corner. We wrapped it up in that last segment about the Sacramento Kings. Now we're going to broaden it out a little bit, man, because that's what we do. We can talk about anything. We can go anyway. And we're going to talk about the NBA as a whole and what they got going on. And Kyle, man, last night we saw the best team in the league. I'll say that. The best team in the league, most dynamic, most explosive team in the league. They've got it all. You know what I mean? They're subbing out Draymond for DeMarcus and Clay for KD and vice versa. All this other crazy stuff. The Golden State Warriors, obviously, the defending champions are right there. A lot of people think it's a foregone conclusion that they're going to go ahead and pull off this three-peat. Do you see it the same way? Do you see anybody being able to contest these guys in the postseason, possibly winning 4 out of 7 games? Or is it just a lock right now with these guys? What you see, man?
Looking at the West, man, Denver, no.
Nah.
OKC, maybe.
That's why I got my eye on. I think the Thunder can fool with them.
Yeah, I think so too, but I don't think they'll beat them in a 7-game series, but I think they can get a couple wins. Paul George playing at an MVP level, of course. Westbrook, he's going to go hard on Steph Curry, so
yeah.
I think OKC is one of those teams to watch for. Houston hasn't been clicking on all cylinders this season, so in the West, I really don't see too much that anyone can really challenge the Warriors. But I mean, if you're looking at the East, the East got a couple teams at the top there with the Celtics, the Sixers, and they got a couple teams, the Raptors. I really like the Sixers and the move that they made with Tobias Harris. I really think that team's got a lot of versatility now, and I really think they can challenge the Warriors in the finals. I think if the Celtics are clicking on all cylinders, which they haven't been clicking all season, I think if they start clicking during the playoffs, I think they can make some noise. But in a 7-game series, the Warriors now have Boogie Cousins at center. They have another championship coming here soon. So,
well, look, Kyle, man, I'm gonna just say you left out the team that I think can go against them and will go against them in the NBA Finals, and that's the Milwaukee Bucks with MVP candidate my man Giannis. What you mean, nah? Ain't no Milwaukee. I got Milwaukee coming out of the East, and I think they can go head to head with the Warriors, man. Come on now.
I forgot about Milwaukee, and I like Milwaukee's squad and Giannis playing like the best player in the league, but I just don't see it.
You're not a believer.
I just don't think they have enough.
You're not a believer. A lot of people aren't a believer in Milwaukee.
If you take out Giannis, I don't really like Milwaukee. I don't think they have enough.
Yeah, Bledsoe is so-so. Brogdon, Middleton. I think Middleton's a little overrated. You know what I mean? I don't think he's as good as he's good. Like he could play, but people kind of going off the deep end with Middleton. But if Giannis is there, it all works. Giannis is he your MVP or is it Harden or is it PG?
I'm giving it to Giannis, man. They got the number 1 team right now in the Eastern Conference, so he's definitely the MVP. You watch that man play. He looks like the best player on the court every time he steps on the court as well. So he's definitely my MVP. Paul George is right there as well. But definitely got to give it to Giannis right now for MVP. But with that being said, he makes that team go. And, if you can put a couple players on him like KD and whatnot, I really just don't see Milwaukee making too much noise. But I like the Sixers a lot.
I like the Sixers too.
I like the Sixers more than I like Milwaukee. Put it like that.
I like the potential of the Sixers. I just don't. I don't know if they'll reach that potential. I don't know if they will. There's something about the whole Ben Simmons, Embiid dynamic, Jimmy Butler kind of a wild card. Like there's a lot of personalities going on in Philly, and I don't know if they're going to reach their full potential. I think they may have the highest ceiling out of everybody in the East, including Boston, if you ask me. But I just don't know if they're gonna reach it. I don't know. It'll be interesting. The East is interesting again, though. We can't say that much. You know what I'm saying? You got a team like Brooklyn that's gonna give somebody fits in the first round. You know what I mean? With D'Angelo Russell doing his thing. So yeah, the East is definitely intriguing. Got my man SportsWaves here on KC's Corner, man. We're just chopping it up about everything going on in the world of basketball. And you know, Kyle, that entails, excuse me, as I get my words right here. It's the weekend. My mind's already halfway out the door. Don't mind me. But anyway,
it's Friday night. Man.
It's Friday night, man. So that entails college basketball. We had a huge game the other night. Duke versus North Carolina never lets you down. Never, ever lets you down. The intensity always just jumps off the screen. But the air was sucked out of the game just a little bit when Zion Williamson, the consensus number one pick in this year's draft, one of the great phenoms we've ever seen, got hurt within the first 30 seconds. His shoe blew out. The PG 2.5, I think it was, blew out. Maybe it's the 1.5. He sprained his knee and he was done, and Duke was never really the same. It started bringing up this conversation around the sports world for the last few days about kids going to college. And when I say going to college, I'm talking about basketball prospects, top prospects like him. And should they have to go to college? Is it good for them to go to college? And should they be able to go straight to the pros? Where do you fall on this whole thing about the one and dones, having to go to college? Should he sit out the rest of the season, all this other stuff? Where do you fall on all this, man?
I think, first of all, I think the NCAA is trash.
Garbage.
And I don't think the NBA should make these dudes go to college. But with that being said, I actually like these dudes leaving high school and going to college, even if it's for 6 months to a year or however long they stay. I actually like that dynamic. I believe it gives them a chance to mature a bit, and I really like the dynamic of them going to college and even playing in the NCAA. The fact that they don't get paid is a whole nother topic and story. But like I said, I really like them having to go to college. I really think, but if they have to go to college, I really think they need to take some financial literacy courses or some wealth management courses. Like, I think they need to have to pass a course like that if they make those kids go to college. Like, I really think that's the main thing. If you're going to make them go to college, just make sure that they take some financial courses so they can be, savvy, business-minded young men when they get to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to agree here because I'm a big proponent of going to college. And I'm going to just say right now, you definitely want to get your grades. While you're there, get your grades. Use that time wisely. Use all those resources that are there for you to get your education 100%. However, life experiences is huge in my book, and what you get in life experiences and learning how to just, like you said, mature and grow as an adult, as a young adult, learning how to interact with different people that you probably never interacted with, on a regular basis at home, being away from your circle, learning how to make dinner on your own or, take care of yourself, even if it is for 6 to 9 months. That's invaluable. And why not learn those type of skills, on the dime of a university, as opposed to having to do it in the real world by yourself, moving from city to city in the NBA. Also, like you talked about, the NCAA, garbage. The kids need to be getting paid. I 100% agree with that. I will say this, though. The platform that these guys get, being NCAA stars and being college basketball and college football stars, is great to their brand. That's something that they get nowhere else. If they want to go over to Europe for a year and do that, they can do that. But the brand is not being helped by you going to Yugoslavia for a year and nobody watch you. You know what I'm saying? So, I think, DeMarcus Cousins came out the other day and said that, it was BS going to college, and it was BS the NCAA and all this other stuff. And I disagreed with that, because I think if you use the resources that you have there on a college campus the correct way, it can be extremely beneficial, and you can get a whole lot out of that experience, even if it is for 6 to 9 months. You know what I mean? But I'm a big proponent of college, man. I think they should go. I don't know if the run and done rule is fair, but as a fan of basketball, I like to see those guys out there and build themselves as stars and get to know them before they get to the NBA.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. I really think college is big, man. It's really helpful for a lot of those athletes. But even if you think about it, playing professional sports, I think the average timeline of the player playing professionally in the NBA is about 3 years or so. So, I mean, of course, a lot of players play a lot longer than that, but it's no sure thing. If you look at players prior that came out, was the number 1 pick, Anthony Bennett. I think he lasted in the league for about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And he's already overseas, or I don't know what he's doing. He's probably got a regular job right now.
Yeah.
But it's no sure thing. So, going to college, like I said, I like that aspect of it, but these players shouldn't be forced to go to college.
Yeah.
I don't like that aspect of it.
For sure. Kyle, man, hey, you killed it, bro. You came out here and did what I knew you would do coming into KC's Corner. I appreciate you coming through. They can find you on the Twitter. He's a heck of a follow, so you guys go follow that man right now at SportsWaves. It's everything that you need to know about sports, about pop culture, about what's moving in the culture right now. It's literally what it says. It's waves, man. He's telling you what waves is hot right now. So go check him out there, man. And you got a lot of other stuff that you're bringing to Sacramento. We're not going to divulge it on right now. We're going to have you on when you're ready to break it completely. But I'm just letting the people know right now, you got some things buzzing for the city right now, man. Definitely got some things buzzing for the city under the surface, man. So I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you coming through here, man.
Hey, I appreciate you for having me, man. You killed it, man. And like you said, I got a lot of stuff bubbling for Sacramento. So y'all keep an eye out on me. Go follow me, Twitter. Go follow me on SportsWaves. So definitely keep an eye out for your boy, man.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate you, bro. We're gonna holler at you, man.
All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. So yeah, man. Big ups to my guy. SportsWaves, my man Kyle, SportsWaves on Twitter, coming through here, man. What I'm gonna do right now before I get to our final segment, you guys know that when I play my music here, I'm always giving you them hits from the 90s and the early 2000s to get everybody ready for the weekend. But one thing I also like to do is I like to put some shine and put some support on our local artists, our local people out here doing it. Give them some airplay, give them some love. You guys know I love to do that, man. So that's what I'm doing this week. All right, we got 2 people that I got love for who out here doing a thing musically, and want to show them some love. So first off, we got Helicopters by Soul Development. My man Kariga Bailey, went to go see him last Friday at the Guild Theater. The Guild Theater is a really cool place. I had never been there before. Don't judge me. I had never been there before, though. I'm sure it had been redone or whatever the case may be. Very dope spot. They need to do more things at the Guild Theater. But I saw him in Soul Development last Friday. They put on a great show. So we got him in Helicopters coming on. And then I got my girl, Jessica Jolia. She got a new single out, Don't Need You. And we're going to put on for both of these young people coming out here representing for the city. They're going to get some love here on KC's Corner, man. So Sacramento's in the building. We out here representing. I'm going to put them on as much as I can. And y'all go tell a friend to tell a friend about it, man. Here on KC's Corner on 97.5 KDEE. You see these